I was talking to a longtime friend of mine about life lessons and how we often shame ourselves for not knowing better. These are the mistakes that keep us up at night, the moments that we replay and we're like, God, I was such an idiot, right? Or, I should have, why did I do that, right? We beat ourselves up with these things. And she said something that really brought a lot of peace to my spirit, and I'm hoping it'll do the same for you, because that kind of shame only comes up retroactively when you know better. But you only know better because you went through the moment, you went through the experience. You would never have gotten the knowledge that you currently have if you didn't have that experience. And furthermore, the whole purpose of the shame is we're trying to make sure we don't make that mistake again, right? We want to avoid that occurrence again. But the problem is growth is non-linear. Like, growing sometimes looks like taking a step back. It sometimes looks like falling into the hole, falling into the pit. But just because you've taken a step back doesn't mean you're not moving forward. Just because you've taken a step back doesn't mean you're not moving forward. That obstacle, that setback, that was a part of your journey. You needed that. That contributed to your development. And the fact that it contributed to your development means it was a worthwhile experience. It was worth it. It was worth it. And so understanding that the shame is trying to do something that's built into the structure of reality, right? Growth is non-linear. Sometimes it looks like moving forward, sometimes it looks like moving back, but the entirety, the whole thing is still growth. And so if you're shaming yourself, believing that it'll prevent you from moving backwards, you have to question, how is that the case if moving backwards is built into the growth process? Expansion and contraction, it's part of your heartbeat. It's a part of nature. Seasons, there are seasons where growth is thriving, summer, spring, and there are times when things need to go cold, lie dormant, fall, winter. Your heartbeat, expansion and contraction, that's what creates the movement. That's what creates the cycle of the blood moving through your body. Same is true for your growth and your personal development. Sometimes growth looks like moving forward. Sometimes it looks like taking a step back. Sometimes it looks like failure. Sometimes it looks like ridicule. Sometimes it looks like unacknowledgement and being ignored and pain. But that doesn't mean it's a mistake. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It's built into the process. Whether you shame yourself or not, it is going to happen. So why are you shaming yourself trying to avoid the inevitable? This is the point where acceptance becomes a really important concept. Is you can't change it. This is one of those things your discernment should tell you. You can't change. You will be making mistakes. This isn't the first time you made a mistake, and it's not going, I promise you, it's not going to be the last time. And some of these mistakes, they are unbecoming. Yes, they are going to be embarrassing. But the fact that they're unavoidable, they're built into the structure of life, means you can't hold them against yourself. I mean, you can, but is that really serving you? Is it really serving you to beat yourself up for something that's going to happen and has happened to every single human being in existence? After a certain point, you have to protect your dignity, and you have to say, hey, I'm gonna give you some grace, man. You're human, right? I know sometimes we like to believe we're not, but we're all out here doing our best. And I'm talking about you. Yes, you are out here doing your best. You're not making unnecessary mistakes. You're out here doing the best you can with everything that you know. Another thing that she kind of poured into me was, you know, the oak tree, the massive oak tree that we celebrate in the forest, was once an oak seed, right? And that oak seed had to be watered, and it had to grow and expand so that it could become that tree. And sometimes the growth wasn't comfortable. Sometimes it had to go deep, like down. It had to go down deep, those roots, man. The higher up the tree goes, the deeper those roots need to embed. And those moments of ridicule and pain and suffering and embarrassment, that's you digging those roots down, getting those roots deep. And so if you want to celebrate your heights, then you have to meet your lows with the same reverence that you would meet those heights with. You're just as worthy of celebrating now as you will be in the future. That oak seed is just as worthy of acknowledgement as the oak tree it will one day become, because the two are inseparable. They're the same thing. Time may give us the illusion that they're different. They're the same in essence. They're in different places, but they're the same in essence. And so that person that you're going to become, I need you to understand that you're just as worthy of celebration now as that person that you're becoming. And if no one's giving you permission to do that, then you have to give it to yourself. You have to give it to yourself. And you deserve that permission.